Hello, my friends. Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to some more Danganronpa 3. My name is Akiyara, and when we last left off, she said, hey, celebrate good times, come on. Yes, Angie is dead, the troublemaker, the student council president. The game, it wasn't subtle. It basically painted a target on her back, on her front, on her head, and on her feet. She was very dead with the way that the story went. I was kind of wondering about a fake out, whether all the giant neon signs would point to Angie, and then surprise, it's actually somebody else. But no, it is in fact Angie, and I couldn't be happier. This death could not be more deserved. So, yeah, we have a dead body to investigate, and a locked room mystery to uncover. This is, in fact, a locked room mystery. Both doors, I believe both doors, were, in fact, locked. When this started. However, maybe I should check that. Hang on a second. This door is the lab's back door.
Is this?
This door has a sliding lock, and it's still locked.
That's true.
And because no one has used this door since we came in here, I believe Angie locked this door when she came in, and it's been locked ever since.
Hey.
Oh wait, what's this? Look, there's something gold and shiny on the tab of the sliding lock. Aww. Gold and shiny. Massacre. Nanny.
Right?
Maki, may I see it for a minute? I want to try moving the sliding lock.
So what?
You want to unlock it? Go ahead, do what you want. I carefully touched the knob of the lock, avoiding the gold parts, and softly slid the lock open.
Okay.
Just as I suspected, this lock will slide without much effort. Click. Whether you lock it or unlock it, this could be an important clue. Huh.
Well,
I'm curious about this rear door too, but there's something else that bothers me. The lock on the front door that we used to enter this room. Shouldn't we investigate the front door too? I'm going to take a closer look at it. Yeah, you do that, feel free. Maki walked over to the front door. Oh, maybe I should have talked to her first. So yes, this is in fact a locked room mystery, but we've already got a very, very important clue. But how does it work? So the gold comes from the sword. Is that the same sword? Oh, maybe I see how it works actually. Oh, maybe I see how it works. Wait, why can't I look at the sword? Okay, I think that is the same sword. But okay, so the way that Kaede is hanging there with the sword inside her, I wonder. Okay, do you know what? It's paint time, brethren. So here's what I'm wondering. So Kaede is hanging down. No, not like that. Well, could have been like that, but I meant to do like this, and then b, and then b, and b, and then b. Good. So yeah, Kaede is hanging down like this, and the rope. I did this in completely the wrong place. Hang on. Let's just get rid of that. So boop, 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 and there you go. We don't need the head. It's fine. So so let me use it in red. Bip, bip. So Kaede is hanging down from the rope, like, okay, maybe that's a little bit too small, like this, right? So what if somebody twisted the ropes? What if they made the ropes go like let's do something like this. And then we'll do something like, let's use blue. So it'll be something like this. Right, and then, and then, well, this doesn't actually show it all that well. I'll tell you what, let's erase a little bit, and we'll go from here. So the ropes are all scrunched up, but then Kaede is kind of like eraser. Kaede is like no eraser. How do okay? Why? Oh, brush. Oh, that's what I need to do. Okay, so Kaede is like this now. No, not like that. Kaede is now like this. She's much higher up, and she has much bigger badongas, but we'll leave off on that. But if you release her now, she's going to spin around and around and around and around and around, and then is she going to then the sword smacks into the lock on the door, clicking it shut. That gives the killer a way to get out. That gives the killer a way to get out. Like a timer for how to get out while still keeping that door locked. Oh shit, that's not what I meant to do. This door is the lab's back door. Still locked since we got here. I suppose that means that Angie locked his door, locked the entire time. Golden shiny. That is interesting. Okay, so you see the you see the sword. So this is scuffed. This is scuffed. So you see the sword. So she's up here because the rope got all turned around and around and around. So then the killer lets go of her, runs out the door, closes it, and then she spins, and then the sword goes wing right into the lock. It's basically at the exact angle. Like, not the exact angle, but the exact, like, height to smash into the lock when she's finished rolling down. Okay, that's just... Maybe I already solved this case, who knows. We'll see. It is kind of annoying that I can't look at Kaede, but maybe if I look at Angie's body, that'll come into play. Okay, so that's not actually how I wanted to start with this. The way I wanted to start was by talking to everyone. Let's get everybody's opinions.
Why?
A murder at nighttime is strange, impossible even.
Why?
Why do you think that?
Right.
Because student council made rule that we no can go outside during nighttime. Everyone should have been asleep. No way murder could have happened at nighttime.
Ew.
Do you really think that everyone would go along with that rule?
But
it a Tua's rule. Angie say he punish us if we not follow his rules. But the student council wasn't included in that, correct? They could do what they wanted. Angie was also working here at night. Huh? She was?
But
No way. Student council would never break own rules.
right.
Have you not been paying attention, Gunther? That's literally all they've been doing. They should have been asleep in own rooms to set good example to others. Maybe Angie got attacked while she's asleep in her room and get brought here.
Gonta,
If,
idiot.
if so, Gonta could have saved her. If only Gonta saw. But Gonta was sleeping. Sorry, Angie. Gonta no could save you. I find it hard to believe that no one went outside, in spite of the student council rule. Yeah, I find it literally impossible, given the fact that several people did in fact leave. In fact, most people were out of their beds last night. Shuichi was out of his bed, she was out of her bed, Kokichi was out of his bed, both the Explosion Lolly and the Explosion Lolly Perv were both out of their beds. Yeah, basically half the student body was out of their beds. Alright, Samugi. Do you feel sorry yet? I'm not sure if it's okay to say this or not, but could Tenko be the culprit? Ah. Huh? Tenko? Oh, it's not like I have proof or anything, but earlier I heard Himiko say that Tenko was trying to betray the student council.
No.
So you suspect Tenko?
Actually,
Because as a member of the student council, she would have been allowed into this lab.
oh yeah.
That's right, Angie did allow members of the student council to enter her lab. Yeah, Angie had been shut away here working on the ritual by herself since yesterday. She said she would only unlock the door if she heard a student council member's voice.
That's true.
That would certainly point to Tenko. She did betray the student council after all.
No.
It's not that I want to suspect Tenko, but since only student council members would have been let in here. So Angie only let in student council members. That would be Gonta, Kibo, Himiko, Tenko, and Tsumugi. Of that group, Tenko is certainly the most suspicious. Interesting. Okay. So, that is true. That is true. In my brain, I had chalked this whole thing up to a classic locked room mystery. Nobody could have gotten in or out. But that's not actually true. Now, what I need to prove is that it wasn't any of the student council members. It would be poetic justice if it was, because she tried to brainwash them all, and in fact succeeded in brainwashing most of them except Tenko. So it would be justice for it to be one of her brainwash victims come to their senses. However, ooh, that's a book. I kind of want to look at that book. However, that I'm not putting my eggs in that basket. I know how this goes. It could have been anybody, maybe. Ooh. Wait, hang on. That's interesting. Mew. When we were searching for the usage of the crappy presents the last time, Mew spent a lot of time personally investigating Kibo. Now, Kibo has a voice recorder. Interesting. Just gonna say that. Interesting. Just gonna put that out there. Just gonna put that out into the universe. Mew? This busty brainy beauty is this all figured out. Huh? You mean you know who the culprit is?
What was that?
Huh? The culprit? Fuck that.
Hey.
Shuichi, do we really have the time to be listening to her?
Wait!
Hey, wait! Wait, goddammit! Are you just gonna ignore my genius idea? Just listen to me, okay? Come on, listen to me. Listen.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if you're gonna twist my arm, then I'll tell you. You better thank me for this.
You know.
I know y'all are dumber than fleas, but even you get how weird these wax dolls are, right? They are strange. Are they for the ritual or another purpose?
Well then.
But I figured it out with just one glance. These are diversions.
Could it be?
Diversions.
Listen up.
Yep. The culprit used these wax dolls to distract us from something.
Got a minute?
What do you mean by that?
What?
How should I know? Isn't that Sherlock Holmes' job?
Knew it.
You're a waste of time. Maki turned and walked away. I can't say I blame her.
What was that?
Huh? The hell's her problem? She on the rag or something? So Angie made these wax dolls, huh? The resemblance is pretty uncanny. They say the devil's in the details, you know. Let's just see how detailed these really are. Oh no, please don't. Hey! Mew tried to look up the wax figure skirt.
Hey.
What are you doing? Stop that! What? I just wanted to see if this doll was wearing panties. Wait, do you have a doll fetish? Are you excited that your dead girlfriend is a doll now? If you like-
virgin.
If you like wax dolls so much, then go fuck the doll already. I'm starting to agree with Maki. Talking to Mew is a waste of time. Yeah. Anyway, she's dead on though. She's completely right. Hanging the wax dolls like this is just to distract from the sword hitting the lock. Yeah? I'm dead set on that. I absolutely think that that's what happened. It's the only thing that makes sense. Like, the sword wasn't driven with that much force that cut straight through her and then slammed into the dummy. Like, no, probably not. Like, that would just be unnecessary. Nah, I'm dead set. Look, it is exactly on the line. It is exactly on the line. Yeah, no, I think I figured that bit out. Cool. Okay, Machiavelli. I just want to confirm something. When we got to this lab, you're sure that the front door was locked?
Okay.
Yes, I'm positive. I grabbed the knob and tried to turn it. Click, 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 click. It really is locked.
I knew it.
The front entrance was locked until Kokichi picked the lock to open it. That is true. He also could have just gotten in without needing the thing, but I think that's too easy. Kokichi pulled out some thin needles and stuck them into the keyhole of the lock. Click, click, click. Clack. There. Open sesame. Open sesame. So, he picked this cylinder lock open.
Hey.
Do you think anyone else could have opened this lock, could have opened the lock besides him?
That's true.
It would have been impossible from the outside. The monocubs took the key. Okay, here it is. But there's only one key, so don't lose it. Wow, I completely lost her voice, huh? Huh. Okay, hang on. I think a change in posture is needed here. My voices are not coming readily. I really can't roll my R's. I wish I could. Sounds fun. Alright. Change in posture. Alright. Now my facial tracking should be better as well. Okay. And actually, let me get a drink. It'd be bad if you lost it. You wouldn't be able to lock the door or open it from the outside. Let me see that key. Monodam swiped the key from Anophany, then lifted it to his mouth. Nom. Ah, he ate it!
Then...
So, Kokichi is the only one who could have opened or closed the door from the outside, right? Correct. Only Kokichi would have been able to open and close the door from outside. But someone inside could have opened and closed it as they pleased.
Huh?
So the front door was locked from inside the room?
No.
Not necessarily. I'm just thinking of possibilities. But in that case, the question becomes how the person who locked the doors got out. How the culprit got out of the classroom after locking the doors. Well, we figured that bit out already. So that's cool. Still, it's strange that the front door and back door have different locks. The front door that we came in from has a cylinder lock. And the rear door over there has a sliding lock. But by the time we discovered the body, both doors were locked.
Is this...
In other words, this is what you might call a locked room mystery, right? Locked, huh?
You're right.
Yes, the cylinder lock's key was taken by the monocubes, so both doors could only be locked from the inside. But only if you rule out Kokichi's lockpicking, right? He could have picked the cylinder lock on the front door to go in and out of the lab. So he could have created this locked room mystery. It's possible that he locked the door from the outside by picking it after he killed Anji. Do you know, that's actually a decent question. Is it easy to lock doors through lockpicking? I don't know. It might be the exact same, but I feel like maybe it'd be easier. Who knows? Yeah, that something about that isn't really. Do you know what? Screw it. Let's look it up. That's kind of interesting. I am kind of curious. You can take a look. Why not? You can be here for this. So, can you lock a door? Can you lock a... Sure, let's keep going with that. A door by lock picking. How to pick a lock, 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 how to pick a lock. Okay, lock by lock picking. How to pick a lock, how to pick a lock, how to pick a lock, how to pick a lock. Yeah, okay, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. I suppose it's the... Okay, so if it's the practice of unlocking... the locksmithing... Japan... are illegal. Huh. Not really a surprise. But I suppose... Meh. What about picking? What about... No. Safe cracking, security, snap gun, lock spore. No. Lock bumping? No, I think that's a way to pick, isn't it? Opening a pin tumbler lock. Yeah. Okay. No idea. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Who knows? I certainly don't. Alright, so it's possible that he locked the door from the outside by picking it after he killed Angie.
If I remember correctly.
That's true.
That's right.
Also, he appeared at an oddly convenient time when we tried to enter the lab ourselves.
I knew it.
He's clearly suspicious. He's always been suspicious. That's basically his MO, is to just be suspicious all the time. It is suspicious, but that solution seems a little too convenient. Yeah, that's also true. Kokichi's lockpicking. Okay. Right. We've talked... Oh, wait. Maki, do you have anything new to say?
By the way,
Different locks. No. Same thing. That's fine. Okay, let's check the body then. It's time to check out Angie's body. I've been doing it the entire game, but you know. Angie's body. She's lying face down in the middle of the room.
what's wrong?
Are you going to take a closer look?
Okay.
Yes, I was planning to.
Got a minute?
Then let's hurry up and do it. We can't afford to waste any time here. Maki didn't hesitate. She stepped past me and walked over to the body. She has no problem with dead bodies. She is the ultimate assassin. Yeah, okay, so now we have some new things. Katana. Wax doll of Kaede. Okay. Alright, let's start with the Necronomicon. Ah, this book. The instructions for the resurrection ritual are written in the Necronomicon. By performing the ritual as written, you can resurrect one deceased victim.
I knew it.
This was the motive, the Necronomicon.
Hey,
Angie tried to perform the ritual written in this book, right?
Okay.
Yes, if we look at this book, we should learn the steps of the ritual she was trying to perform. Let's take a look. Of course it is. How much do you know about resurrection rituals? Prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact. Everyone may participate. The size and shape of the effigy is irrelevant. Make it out of whatever materials you wish. If it's not obvious who the effigy is supposed to be, label it with the name of the deceased. After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times. Then close your eyes and wait. After a while, you should feel a light tap on your back. If so, that means the ritual was a success. So, yeah. That means that the ritual didn't take place. Fantastic. I'm an expert. That's why I wrote this handy manual. It's so easy, anyone can do it. Even a monkey. Even a bear. What's a ritual? Do you want to talk to a dead loved one again? This simple ritual will return a departed soul to the land of the living. Here's how. Preparing the effigy. Prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact. The size and shape of the effigy is irrelevant, and you can make it out of whatever materials you wish. If it's not obvious who the effigy is supposed to be, label it with the name of the deceased. Okay, cool. The ashes are only good for one use. The ritual can only be performed once, so use it wisely. Which actually does kind of beg the question, did Angie actually read this damn book? Because, or did she just hear the words, prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact, and she was like, slam book, say no more. Because she made 4. She made 4 of the damn effigies. Anyway. So these are the steps for the resurrection ritual.
Stupid.
Angie really believed in this crap. It's pretty obvious that you wouldn't be able to resurrect anyone with this. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure that's true. But in this place, I don't think we can rule anything out. Alright, and we don't hey, we don't need to do the what was it, the caged child ritual. We have proof that the ritual never took place. It's fine. Anyway, I guess we'll move on. The 4 effigies hung upside down makes the scene particularly eerie. How'd she get up there to do that anyway? Ropes are dangling from the exposed beams on the ceiling. Wait, she didn't. Oh, by the way, hanging the effigies upside down, nothing to do with the ritual. Hey. So maybe there was another reason why they were hung upside down. Maybe something to do with a particular sliding lock. Just saying. Ropes are dangling from the exposed beams on the ceiling.
If I remember correctly.
You're not going to finish that? Okay. If I remember correctly, Angie made all of these wax figures.
Hey.
Is this rope from the warehouse?
You're right.
I believe so, and that means they won't be much of a clue. Anyone could have gone and gotten these ropes. Maybe the student council should have blocked the warehouse instead of the manhole. The warehouse does contain plenty of things that can be used for murder. Yeah. Interesting. I was just thinking maybe it would have been a better idea to have her hang herself, but or make it look like she hung herself, but no, because they need the sword to hit the lock. Yeah. Anyway, I know that these effigies are just wax, but it still creeps me out.
That's true.
The effigies look exactly like real people. Not just their faces, but their bodies too. The ultimate artist certainly was talented.
By the way,
why is this effigy hanging upside down? Is it part of the ritual? This effigy? Why are all of the effigies? They all are. Huh? I'm not sure.
what is it?
If it's not, then why is it like this? Who would go out of their way to hang a wax effigy? Right. If they're going to do this much work, there must be some reason for it. Yeah. Okay, so... yeah, so if they'd been hanging from the top, then her feet would have been down there. And even though the lock is easy to slide, it would still need some momentum. So it can't... so the guy... no, it would need momentum because the person would have wanted the sword to be pointing towards Angie. So it needed the momentum to hit the lock and for the lock to actually go into the thing before it came to rest. Before the sword and the dummy came to rest. If it was on the legs, you wouldn't really be able to do that because the legs would have been dangling violently. You wouldn't be able to guarantee that it would hit the lock on the way out. Whereas with the center of mass being lower down, it means that it's probably going to spin more smoothly and thus make it infinitely easier to actually close the lock. But in order to do that, they would have had to have hung not only Kaide but everybody upside down to avoid suspicion. So yeah. What could it be? Who would do this? The culprit? Angie? Or someone else entirely? Effigy's hung upside down. Man, that's creepy. When they're all just staring at her like that, that's really creepy. Alright, the katana now. A katana stabbed into Kaide's wax effigy.
Damn it!
Who did this? And why?
Got a minute?
Let me see. Don't touch the handle. Maki nudged me aside, then gripped the katana and pulled it out of the effigy. You probably shouldn't have done that. Wait, this is a crime scene. You can't...
What is it?
You wanted to check the katana, right? Well, you can't do that if you don't pull it out.
Because...
Yes, true, but we have to preserve the scene. You also need to check if there's blood on the tip. Maki paid no mind to my protest and stared at the katana for a while.
Is this...
There is indeed. It's a real katana, but there's gold leaf on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's the one that was on display in the Ultimate Anthropologist lab. Is that so?
Okay.
We can probably assume this is the murder weapon, judging from the blood stains on the tip. The edge is too rusty to cut well, but it would be enough to stab.
But
why would they go through the effort of using this as the murder weapon?
That's true.
Good question. They could have gone to my lab and grabbed a more suitable weapon.
could it be...
Perhaps because Kyo's lab is on the same floor, they just grabbed something close by. True, that is true, but also they would have needed the length. I'm sure that Maki has a lot of blades in her thing, but they'd probably all be an assassin's weapon rather than a samurai's. So they'd probably all be shorter. Daggers is what I'm saying. They'd be knives, daggers, that kind of thing. So that's why. Because they needed the length in order to hit the lock. This is pretty ingenious. They may have been in a hurry.
Well...
Or maybe they needed a long weapon like this.
Huh?
A long weapon.
Okay.
My lab doesn't contain swords or any other weapons of this length.
Huh?
Ah, really?
That's true.
I'm not sure how Monokuma found out, but he must know I don't use swords for work. When I first started working, I botched a mission using a katana. I haven't used a sword since, which is fine because they're a hassle to carry anyway. I suppose everyone's lab is suited to them personally, just like Angie's was. But how did they know all this? It's because they're in your brain, man. They're in your mind. You got nothing. Quick, put on this tinfoil hat. Save yourself, man. Anyway, the gold leaf on this katana flakes off easily. It's all over my hand now.
Okay.
It must be pretty old for the gold leaf to flake off that easily.
Got a minute?
Why didn't you say so earlier? My hands are all sticky now. I'll have to wash them later. Someone complained about having sticky hands. Someone 100% complained about having sticky hands. Was it Himiko? Wait, how far does this go back? Probably not far enough, yeah? Yeah, not far enough. Probably. Shit. Someone was. Why is my hand all sticky? Who said that? Who said that? Who said it? Who? Oh, that's annoying. Somebody said it. Somebody mentioned it. My hands are all sticky. No, you're just sweaty. Something like that. Was it Maki? Was it Maki who said it? I don't remember. Shit. I should have paid attention to that one. I should have paid attention to that one because I knew that that was a quality of that samurai sword. That the handle is sticky. Oh, that's breaking my brain. It was either Maki, Himiko, or Korekyo. Wait, no, not Korekyo. Kokichi. Wait, was it? Wait, which one is the little brat? Kokichi, yeah. Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember at all. That's really, really annoying. That's really, really annoying. I don't remember. At all. Okay. Shit. Oh, come on. Get the gray matter pumping. Who was it? Who was it that complained about having sticky hands? Why do I feel like it was Himiko? Why do I feel like it was Himiko? I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to continue on. I just don't remember. Oh. Maki scolded me, then stood in front of Kaide's effigy.
Hey.
I'm going to put the katana back where we found it. If it's too hard to watch, look away.
Okay.
Thank you. Aw, that was actually kind of sweet of her. I averted my gaze and Maki stabbed the katana back into the wax effigy.
By the way,
Even so, why was a weapon stabbed into the wax effigy? A hanging wax effigy, no less. Was it part of the ritual, or was the culprit trying to hide the murder weapon? Perhaps they had no intention of hiding it. They didn't even wipe off the blood. Besides, I'm certain there are better ways to hide the murder weapon than this.
what are you talking about?
Then what's the reason for this?
That's...
I honestly have no idea. I do. I have a fantastic idea. But
Well,
we should investigate where this weapon came from. Ooh, did you see that? Her face got really dark when he said, I have no idea. It is her, isn't it? It is her, isn't it? That was in fact the reason Tenko came to see them yesterday. The reason why Tenko came to see Maki specifically, to get her to kill the priestess. I've forgotten her name. She looked really, really pissed when he said that I honestly have no idea. She looked pissed. Like, really? You've got to be kidding me. You haven't figured it out yet? It's her, isn't it? Oh, this one's going to be sad. Yeah, I hated that cultist bitch, but I like Maki, man. Maki's cool. Like, Maki's genuinely cool. Oh, please don't take her away from me. Please don't take her away from me. And she's on my short list for people that I think it might have been, for people I think may have said that they had sticky hands, because I think that I think she said, she complained about it. Why are my hands sticky? And then Kaito said, what, are you sweaty or something? Or something like that. I think that's how it worked. I might be wrong there. It's only a short list. I don't really remember. But oh, that's painful. Okay. Best girl, well, second best girl might be going down, fellas. We should investigate where this weapon came from. We might find a clue there.
Okay.
The ultimate anthropologist lab. Yes, let's do that. I want to make sure the katana did indeed come from that room. Of course it did. Where else would it come from? How many gold leaf katanas do you think there are lying around? Okay. That's gonna be sad. What about the hammer? That giant hammer? No? That has nothing to do with it? Alright. Angie time. There's blood dripping from Angie's head. According to the Monokuma file, she sustained a stab wound to the back of the neck, as well as a laceration on her forehead.
I knew it.
The killing blow is a single stab to the back of the neck. A sneak attack, most likely.
Well,
then what do you make of this wound on her forehead? Maybe the culprit hit her in the head before stabbing her from behind. But her two wounds are substantially different. Did the culprit change weapons mid-attack?
Oh yeah.
I suppose that would be unnecessary.
remember.
Also, the wound on her forehead looks deep, but it's not bleeding much. Wait, what exactly is the wound on her forehead? As well as a laceration. Okay. It's a laceration on her forehead. It looks deep, but it's not bleeding much. Wounds to the head usually bleed a lot. Even if they're only minor wounds, they tend to bleed a lot. I heard it said once or twice that a wound to the head often looks worse than it is. What's going on with these two wounds? Forehead injury.
Huh?
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 I'm gonna have to come back to that. I do have an idea, but I'm not sure how it would work. What's wrong, Maki?
Got a minute?
Move. Maki pushed me aside, then lifted Angie's body up by the shoulder.
Is this...
What's this doing crumpled underneath her body?
What is it?
This is duct tape, right? What's duct tape doing here? I don't know, but it must be related to the case. Look, there are hairs stuck to the tape. Long hairs. Angie's, right? Bloody duct tape with Angie's hair on it. What could that mean?
But
I'm surprised you spotted this, Maki. It was hidden under her body.
So what?
It was partially visible. As a detective, you should have noticed it before I did.
okay.
Ah, well, that's true. Well, even so, I guess you're still getting used to being around dead bodies. So don't beat yourself up over it.
Okay.
Well then, it's a good thing you're used to corpses, Maki.
You wanna die?
Geez, she's scary, man.
Sorry.
Sorry, joking. I couldn't resist.
Got a minute?
You don't need to apologize. I was joking too. That didn't sound like a joke, though. I mean... Okay, so let's start one by one, okay? So first things first is the laceration on her head. It looks deep, but there's not very much blood. That basically points to that laceration being done after she died, post-mortem. So that's number one. Number two, how did she get it? Well, okay, so this is the part that sounds interesting, but I'm not sure it works, which is the sword. Sword goes spinny, 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 unlocks the door, smacks her in the head. Is there more rope up here? No, it doesn't look like it. If she... Okay, so that's number two. Number three, duct tape. The only reason I can imagine for duct tape to be beside a person's head is because it was covering their mouth. Or something was holding, or her body was holding something in place. And finally, if something was trying to cover her mouth, somebody didn't want her to say something. Somebody didn't want her to give voice. Well, this is literally, well, almost literally, the most outside, like, what's the word? What's the word? Separated? Isolated. This is like one of the most isolated places on campus. Her giving voice shouldn't matter. So what if... no. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. I was also thinking of another thing, which is why can't this be a wax effigy? I mean, there's wax effigies for everybody else. Are we sure this isn't one? I mean, it's possible. It's possible. A small pool of blood has emanated from Angie's torso. This can't be from her forehead. This blood is from the back of her neck.
Is this...
This blood is dry. It must have been spilled a few hours before Angie was killed. Maybe more. What? That fits the 2 a.m. time of death listed in the Monokuma file. What? Those two things are completely different. It must have been spilled a few hours before Angie was killed. That fits the 2 a.m. time of death. So which is it? Does the blood match the time of death? Or was it spilled before she died? This is kind of important. This is kind of important. Maybe... I'm guessing translation error. And I'm guessing it's supposed to be spilled a few hours before we found the body. But that's a really annoying translation error because those two things mean exactly the same thing. Or mean completely opposite things. So I guess I can't really pick apart what that is. Angie's body appears to be exactly as described in the Monokuma file. There were several clues that caught my attention, but I can't draw any conclusions yet. If we think about all the evidence in combination, that might tell us something. Let's continue the investigation for now. Maki, what's wrong?
So what?
It's not that important, but the only time you're reliable is when you're investigating a crime scene. Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Like I'd know.
Who knows? You're certainly more reliable than Kaito, at least. That guy is useless. Anyway, let's continue. I think we finished investigating everything for now. Everything here, anyway.
Got a minute?
Is this really the time to rest? I don't think we've found enough clues yet. We don't know how much time we have left to investigate, so we need to hurry.
You're right.
You're right. First we should Investigate the ultimate anthropologist's lab. Yep. We may find a clue related to the katana.
That's true.
That's true. We need to check if the katana really did come from that place. Is something wrong, Maki?
By the way,
It just occurred to me. Why am I acting like your partner?
sure, whatever.
Well, it's fine. Just don't get used to it. It's not as if I asked you, but it's fine by me. It's true that Maki is a tremendous help to me. She really is. She knows more about death than you do. the look on her face. She's cute. She's very cute. We haven't found any other clue that can lead us to the culprit. Let's hurry and check the other places. We don't know how much time we have to investigate.
Okay.
Yeah. The gold leaf katana from his lab could have been the murder weapon. We need to investigate that room for clues. Alright, here we go. Oh, I really, really, really hope that's not Maki. I really hope that's not Maki. She's too precious to be the killer. I mean, she's a literal assassin who was asked to do it by, who was asked to kill her by somebody else. But still, she's too precious. I like her. Alright. If I remember correctly, the gold leaf katana is from right there. Also, I want to point out folded cloth. Okay, let's start with the katana first. It's just the sheath. Earlier, the katana was inside the sheath.
Okay.
Maki, the gold leaf katana definitely came from here. I'm certain of it.
That's true.
Doesn't that make Kyo suspicious? This is his research lab after all.
No.
Not necessarily. Anyone could have come in here and taken it.
That's true.
Fair enough. Anyone could have done the same with my lab too. True. Oh, hello.
Oh?
Oh, what are you guys doing here?
Ew.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be helping with the seance? You look so disgusted right now. Then again, I guess that is your signature look. Anyway, I forgot to bring something we need for the seance, so I came back to get it.
Huh?
Something for the seance.
Yeah.
Yep, that white sheet over there. Yeah, I did notice it. We brought the wooden dog statue in the cage already, but I guess we need that sheet too.
What is it?
I don't get it. Why do you guys need a cage, a wooden dog statue, and a white sheet? Hey, don't ask me. I don't know why we need that stuff either.
So that means...
That's why I figured I'd do a little research on this seance before I got the sheath.
Huh?
Study. So, let's see. Kokichi took a look around, and I heard it was like some old handmade book. Oh, is this it?
Yeah.
Yep, it says Cage Dog Village right here on the cover, so this must be it. Let's see, what does it say about the Cage Child Seance? Kokichi flipped through the old book as he picked up. Oh, is it this page? It's hard to read, but I can see the Cage Child is mentioned here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyo's drawing the same magic circle as the one in this picture. Okay, let's see. In order to perform the Caged Child, you need 5 people, including the spirit medium and a dark place with no light,
If I remember correctly.
just like Kyo said. First, draw the magic circle passed down from the Caged Dog Village on the ground. In the center of the circle, the spirit medium must kneel, curl like a turtle, and rest their forehead on a stone on the ground. Afterward, the other 4 participants must put the iron cage over the spirit medium and cover it with a white sheet. And finally, the dog god must be placed on top of the cage.
I see.
Also, it says we can't step on the magic circle during the preparations. The dog god? Do you mean the wooden dog statue?
Yeah.
When preparations are complete, turn out all the lights to create complete darkness. The seance will begin when the 4 participants are each standing at a corner of the room. The 4 participants, not including the spirit medium, will sing the Caged Child song. After the song, ask, "Is the Caged Child?" Then say the name of the spirit. The spirit medium will reply in the voice of the summoned spirit, and that's all it says. That sounds complicated.
But
Complicated plans have a better chance of working out in the end, wouldn't you say? Whether it works or not, Kyo's been wanting to conduct this seance for a while. Since I was fortunate enough to obtain one of those copies, I have already memorized it. But I never thought I'd be able to lay eyes on the real one. What a trick of fate.
right?
Oh yeah, he said he memorized every word of it too. That's probably why he left the book here, because he can conduct the seance without it. But is it even possible, contacting Anji's ghost? If you're so curious, why don't you join us, Shuichi? Huh?
Well,
You should see how it plays out with your own eyes.
See?
There's still time, you know. The seance hasn't even started yet.
That's true.
Maybe it's better if you join them.
Huh?
You think so?
I don't understand.
Well, I'm not going. I don't believe in seances. But whether you believe it or not, as a detective, you should be there to observe what happens. As a detective, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. Now you're talking.
All right.
Well, I'll be waiting for you. Of the 3 empty rooms, we're in the middle one. Kokichi spoke as though he was inviting me to go play, then left the room. Cage child. Interesting. Maki,
Hey,
you can deal with the seance. I'll head back to the crime scene to re-examine the clues. Okay. Well, I guess I know where I'm going. I'm going for a seance. I'm going for a wee cheeky seance. Aye. That's what I'm doing. Alright, where is it? It's over this way. This is the one where Monokuma peeks out all creepily, isn't it? Oh, I guess he's not doing it this time.
Hello.
So, Kokichi tells me you wish to participate in the seance as well, Shuichi. You're most welcome to join us, is what I would like to say. However, only 5, including the spiritual medium, may join.
Oh man.
Oh man, what a shame. Well, Keyboy, you're out.
Me?
Why me? I agree with Kokichi. I was thinking this for a while.
listen up.
Robots and seances don't mix. They're like toothpaste and orange
You
juice.
see.
To be honest, I had the same thought. Your help was appreciated, Kibo.
Why you?
Don't any of you feel guilty for kicking me out after forcing me to come? That's why we're apologizing.
Do not mock me.
No one's apologized yet.
Oh man.
Fine, fine, our bad. Just don't get mad and start shooting electromagnetic waves at us.
How rude.
Why would I do that?
Stop it.
Stop whining, Kibo. I want to start the seance as soon as possible. Fine, but I won't forget this betrayal, Shuichi. You betrayed all of us first. Piss off. What did I do? Also that.
So then,
So now Shuichi has joined us. First, some warnings.
do you understand?
Do not enter the magic circle that I've drawn on the floor. It is drawn with purifying salt, so it is easily disturbed when stepped upon. You drew this magic circle with salt?
That's correct.
I always use salt for magic circles. It makes seances more likely to succeed.
Well then.
Also, it's dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the seance fail, but it may also unleash a curse.
Okay.
Got it. I'll be careful. I'm surprised you were able to draw this without even looking at the picture.
Do not worry.
I have the entire document memorized, so this magic circle should be perfect. Of course, I also have the Cage Child song memorized. You must do the same.
Do you understand?
I have copied the words to the song down here. Please commit it to memory. At last, at long last, young guard dog and little lost girl, sealed within an iron cage, at mountain's bottom within the darkness. At last, at long last, how many will there be by dawn? Will there be 2 or just 1? Will the guard dog run far away? Or did it eat the little girl? At last, at last, at long last. Everyone else has already memorized it. After all, you'll be unable to read in the dark.
Huh?
We have to memorize the lyrics now. You're a detective, so I expect your memory to be up to the task. Here is the melody. I listened to Kyo sing the song and did my best to memorize the melody and lyrics. Hope I didn't have to memorize it.
Okay.
Alright, I think I've got it now. Your memory is extraordinary. You are indeed the ultimate detective.
Well then.
Well then, let us begin the ritual right away.
How exciting!
Yay, we finally get to see Angie.
So then.
Before that, let's choose a spiritual medium. It would work best with a girl. Then I'll do it. I can't think of anyone but me that Angie's spirit should go in.
No.
No, I'll do it. Because if you're the spirit medium, you won't be able to talk to Angie.
Yeah?
Yeah?
That's right.
You want to talk to Angie, right? Then I'll be the spirit medium. That way you can say goodbye to her. And after you finish saying your goodbyes, keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
Please.
Please. Tenko.
By the way.
Also, Himiko, let me say this one thing. Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So, if you feel like crying while you're talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better when you do. Well, I mean, laughing makes you feel better too.
Damn it!
And venting your anger onto something can really cheer you up.
Yes.
Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko. I think you've trained too much. You're probably right. You're probably right. Seems like the two of them made up. That's good. It also seems like one of them is going to die. That's less than ideal.
So then.
So, now that we've decided on a spiritual medium, let us begin.
Yes.
Alright, Himiko. I'll see you later. Oh, this is death flag after death flag, ain't it?
Now, I would like the spirit medium Tenko to sit within the center circle.
Why aren't you being the spirit medium, by the way?
Please be sure to walk on the path, so as not to disturb the magic circle.
Make sure you watch your steps since it's so dark in here.
Next, you must be as a turtle within that circle. Please rest your forehead upon this stone marker I've placed here.
It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work?
Certainly. It is merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon.
Like this?
This may be uncomfortable, but please endure it until the seance is complete. Whatever you do, you mustn't raise your head or change positions.
Piece of cake. I have 5-star flexibility.
Is she a gotcha player as well?
So then.
Starting now, the rest of us must go to work. There are many things left to be done. First, we must place this iron cage atop Tenko. I shall leave that to Shuichi and Kokichi. And please keep in mind, walk carefully so as not to disturb the magic circle.
Yeah.
Okay, you can count on me. I may not look like it, but I'm actually super duper strong. Sure.
I shouldn't have lied. I'm way too weak for this kind of stuff.
It's made of iron. No wonder it's heavy.
Hold on! Don't just drop it on top of me!
I know. It wouldn't be very funny if a body discovery announcement happened during this.
Honestly, fair point.
Don't jinx us!
I'm tired. So, next, we cover the basket with a white cloth, right?
I shall take that role.
Oh, I think I skipped something.
All right.
Did I? Oh,
Everything is prepared.
things are going wrong.
Tenko, how are you doing?
Okay. Hang on. Okay. No, I didn't miss anything.
I can only see the floor from this position, but I think I'm fine.
The final step is to place the wooden statue of the dog god atop the cage.
I'm kind of wondering, do you think it'll be like Angie comes back and she inhabits Tenko's body, and then Tenko is just gone, and Angie then works with everyone to like figure out who murdered Angie? Something like that. That would be weird.
The four of us may need to do this together. The statue is quite heavy.
Even with 4 people, it's still really heavy.
Hold it in our arm's length. Yeah, it would be.
Holy crap, this weighs a ton!
No, it is not much more than 175 pounds.
I'm totally wiped.
I could have used my magic to carry it easily, but seances and magic don't mix.
She always has the
Sure
excuse.
it's okay to put something so heavy on top of the cage?
The iron cage was made specifically for seances, so it can hold this weight.
Okay. I guess that's fine then.
She's starting to
Now,
get a
let
little
us
bit
exit the magic circle. Take
claustrophobic.
care to avoid disturbing it. So then,
This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you.
Got it.
Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Okay, everyone. I'll see you guys after the seance.
well then,
The rest of us shall move to the corners of the room. Please go to one of your choosing. Oh, isn't there a hole in one of the corners? We each stood in a different corner. Yeah, isn't there a hole in the floor around
now
here?
we darken the room. Kokichi and Shuichi are closest to the candles. Please blow out the candles. You should be able to follow the walls in the dark.
So go back to the corner of the room after it's dark. Okay, got it.
You needn't move, Himiko. There are many gaps in the floor near you.
Yeah, got it.
Somebody's
Once the
paying
room is
attention.
dark, I will begin the song. Please sing along with me. Then, I will call out to Angie. Until she replies, there must be silence.
After the seance is done, Shuichi and I are supposed to light the candles again, right?
Correct. I brought matches from the warehouse, so please use those.
Okie dokie, then I'll blow out the candle now.
Is the Supreme Leader scared of the dark? I walked up to the closest candle and blew out the flame. I've already forgotten how the song goes. I really hope there's no test here. The room instantly fell into complete darkness. Pitch black darkness. So dark I couldn't even see my own body. Overcoming my instinctual fear of the dark, I moved along the wall back to my corner. Then began the singing.
At last, at long last.
Kyo led us all in the caged child song. Young dog and little lost girl sealed within an iron cage. At mountain's bottom, within the darkness, at last, at long last. How many will there be by dawn? Will there be 2 or just 1?
Will the guard dog run far
Away, or did I was trying to hear if the explosion lolly was still there. Reach out and reach out and touch Wraith, your own personal. Sorry, that was the name of an achievement. Reach out and touch Wraith. We finished singing the song, but I thought I heard an odd sound in the middle of it. What was that?
Say,
Is the caged child Anji Yonaga? He began calling. Now if the medium answers,
say,
is the caged child Anji Yonaga? What's going on?
say.
Is the caged child Anji Yonaga?
What's the matter?
What's wrong? Why won't Angie answer?
Hold on.
Himiko, I was very clear that you are not to speak, yes? But something's weird. Why won't she answer? Maybe it failed?
Let's see.
Let's light the candles briefly.
Huh?
What? Is that okay?
Well,
Just for now. Confused, I walked along the wall back to the candle. I managed to strike a match and light the candle once again. It's gone, isn't it? The whole thing is gone, isn't it? Oh no. Okay. Okay. I may have been spoiled a little bit. I saw blood. I saw blood, my man. Huh. Whose blood? Okay. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Did it really fail?
that cannot be.
That shouldn't be the case. The seance was perfect.
What?
Is Angie not coming? Is that still Tenko in there? Tenko?
I see, yes.
Ah, I told her that she mustn't speak until the spirit enters her. She follows orders well, but how about we let her out for now?
Hold on.
Wait, dark arts such as this need to be started and completed the same way. Those who remove objects from the magic circle must be the same who brought them in. If not, the spirit may stay in the medium's body.
Man.
Seeing as how this was a failure, I don't think any spirit is sticking around, but whatever. Just like setting up, Kyo instructed us how to clean everything up. We were careful to remove everything exactly in the order Kyo directed.
Now, I will remove the sheet.
Kyo pinched the fabric gently and pulled it aside.
Oh? Perhaps.
Something is amiss. Yeah. Himiko ran toward the cage at a sprint. Himiko, I told you not to step on the... But she wasn't listening. She jumped onto the cage and... Fueled by desperation, Himiko grabbed the cage, lifted it up and... Well, that, I believe, is a first. I believe we had one other double murder in Danganronpa history, but both of the bodies were found at the exact same time, I believe. I think this might be a first.
Really?
Who would have thought there'd be another victim during the investigation? Maybe Monophanie's green puke was predicting this tragedy.
Ah!
Oh, the puke's color is normal now. I guess it was predicting this.
For now.
Everyone, please assemble in the seance room. The second body discovery announcement played. It didn't take long for everyone to come running.
What?
Tenko? Seriously? Oh hey, that's both of my least favorite characters dead in one go! Yay! Celebrate good times. Come on! Let's celebrate. Hell yeah! Both of them dead in one fell swoop. This is awesome! This is the best chapter yet! What is this? How did this happen?
How this happened?
Tenko! Gunta's so sorry. Gunta no could protect you.
Got a minute?
Shuichi, explain the situation. I thought you were conducting the seance. What happened?
Well, that's...
I don't know. What's happening?
What on earth?
I'm surprised too. I never thought a murder would happen during an investigation. I guess for now, you should maybe start the investigation right away.
Say,
Before that, I would like to confirm something. The culprit who killed Angie may be a different culprit from the one who killed Tenko, yes?
huh?
Huh?
If so...
What happens in the event there are two murders by two people? What if there are two blackened? Will we need to find them both at the class trial?
That's right.
Now that you mention it, that's a good point. What would happen in that scenario?
Yeah?
Huh? What would happen? Monodam, what would happen? What would happen?
Not that.
Why do you look so lost too, Monodam? I thought you were gonna run things instead of Daddy. I never expected something like this to happen. I don't know what to do. Really, I don't know. Oh man, they're all so disorganized. If you can't decide the class trial's objective, then we won't know what to investigate.
Father!
But Father always knows what to do. We should ask him for help.
No way.
Have you already forgotten? Daddy's in no condition to help us. Well, he's here anyway. It's all our fault that Daddy ended up like that.
Yeah?
Huh? It's all your fault, Monophony? Daddy, help! We don't know what to do on our own.
Ah!
We gotta use the power of love. That ought to snap him back to normal. That won't work. Father is just an empty shell now.
That's right.
That's not true. Anything is possible with the power of love. They're really taking the piss out of that, aren't they? You don't understand that because you've never been loved before, Monodam. Daddy, I love you, so please go back to normal.
Father!
I want to see you, Father. I love you with all my heart. Ah, you're making me blush.
Here I am!
I'm back. Were you good while I was away?
My adorable darling
Like the other, there you go. The other one is like it gets a tongue lashing as well.
With you running the academy, I was able to fully enjoy my relaxing vacation.
Oh, that tickles! Father's intense love is getting me all soaked!
Daddy, your tongue feels amazing. This better not awaken anything in me.
Sweet home. Anyway. No.
No.
Man, that vacation was just what I needed. It's important to take time off to relax.
To tell you the truth,
Normally, most companies won't even let you take time off to go on vacation. But I was able to do it. The secret is to just leave whether you get permission or not. Huh? Wait, so then, who's this Baldy then?
Yeah?
Oh, just a part-timer I got to cover me while I was gone. Here's your pay, like we agreed on. Now take it and get out of here!
Why?
Huh? I thought you were supposed to be relaxed. He really did leave. Now that nuisance is out of the way, what were you guys talking about again?
Yeah?
Ah, that's right. What happens to your votes if there are 2 blackened candidates?
I'll answer.
Well, I have an answer for that. It's first come, first served.
Huh?
First come, first served.
Hey,
The blackened who killed the first victim to be discovered will be your target.
in
In other words, if the blackened who killed Angie isn't the same one who killed Tenko, then only Angie's killer will be considered the blackened. Basically, Tenko's killer wasted a kill, and Tenko herself is a waste of a victim.
now then,
Oh, I'll add this to the school regulations, so you can review it later.
go ahead.
I also updated the Monokuma file. Do your best to investigate this murder, too.
Father!
Boy, everything is going so smoothly now that Father's running things again. Leaders gotta be able to take decisive action. Indecision is just the worst. Daddy, you're glowing. You're glowing like a lamp. There's nothing better than being praised by my cute cubs. There's nothing better than spending time with my cute cubs. For as long as you live, I will never let any of you go. He just left us behind while he was saying he'd never let us go.
How nice!
That's why he's so amazing. Please lick me some more, Daddy. Hmm?
So long. Farewell.
Yeah, Monodam, how are you feeling? Bye. So to make sense of all that,
Listen closely.
if both murders have different culprits, then our vote will determine Angie's killer.
Nope.
But we don't even know if there is a different culprit, do we?
Let's see.
True. We should investigate Tenko's death as well, just in case.
How exciting!
Finally, things are heating up. I'm getting so excited.
Piece of shit!
God, you fucking psycho.
Shuichi!
Shuichi, this is bad.
Huh?
Huh? This is unquestionably bad. I can't believe Tenko was killed. Everyone's upset and confused, and I'm in no shape to help right now.
But you know,
So, this is where you need to step up.
listen up.
Listen, Shuichi. The impossible is possible. All you gotta do is make it so. That's a reference. Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, then let's check the Monokuma file first. The victim is Tenko Chabashira, the ultimate Aikido master. The body was found in the middle empty room on the 4th floor. The time of death is approximately 11 a.m. The only visible injury is a stab wound to the back of the neck. A stab wound on her neck. The same as Angie's cause of death. It doesn't look like a coincidence. Maybe it's Angie's curse. Curse!
Jeez.
God, not again. Curse! Ah, that's funny.
Hey!
Hey!
What?
What?
Curse?
Curse!
Kaito, calm down.
Oh, sorry.
No way there's a curse. Don't screw around.
Maki's face. That's funny.
You're the one who's screwing around. Do you want to die?
Slam. A dull sound reverberated throughout the room. Yeah, you may have deserved that, although also, it was really cute from Maki.
Are you okay?
Kaito, are you okay?
My bad.
My bad, Shuichi. I'm starting to feel bad, but for a different reason. I'm gonna get some fresh air, so I'll leave this to you and Maki roll. Kaito left the room, still a bit wobbly. You okay, Maki roll? Should we resume the investigation? Time is of the essence.
That's correct.
True, we haven't time to mourn Tenko's death, as our own lives are at risk.
This is...
That's true, but Angie and then Tenko. And to think, earlier I was suspicious of Tenko. I'm sorry, Tenko.
How can this be?
It's all Gunta's fault. Gunta failed to protect friends again. Tenko's death caught us all off guard. Everyone is panicking. I have to keep it together. I have to work harder. Because I'm a detective. Yeah! Dun, dun, dun.
Well...
It's too dark in here. We can't investigate even if we wanted to.
Got it.
Going to bring candles from other room to make this room bright, okay?
No.
No, that won't be necessary.
Ah,
Yeah, that's not necessary at all. Huh? Why?
listen up!
Show him, Kibo. Show him your new power. I think I'm going to give Mew some of Tenko's voice. Maybe not entirely, but they were very similar to begin with. Basically, the only difference for me was that Mew's voice was a little bit higher. But it was actually really hard to hit that voice. So I think I'm going to lower her voice a little bit since nobody's competing with her anymore.
His eyes lit up! I, Mew Iruma, the gorgeous girl genius, have installed a new function in Kibo.
Just leave it to me. I will become the guiding light that shines on you all.
Shine on, shine on! Shine on, you crazy fucking diamond!
I'm guessing that's another reference, but that's just a guess, that one.
Oh, man.
Man, what a lame function. You should have made him like a transformer or something.
It's okay.
But it's bright now, so we should hurry and investigate.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Kibo's flashlight function has been added to True Blood section. Did the game just tell me who the killer was? Because there is literally no reason for that to be a truth bullet unless he's the killer. Alright, maybe it's one we don't use. Okay, Tenko. So Tenko died. She died the exact same way. We need to find the blade. Is the blade here? They didn't use the same... They didn't use the same sword, did they? Also, we need to find out what's below here. Because I'm pretty sure I asked that during the exploration phase, where it was like, oh, there's holes in the floor. Where do they lead? So we need to figure that out as well. But okay, what do we do? I suppose first we'll talk to Maki Roll.
Well...
Do these floorboards seem a little unstable to you? They're tough to walk on. The floorboards aren't nailed down. They're just lying on top of cross pieces. That's what Gunta told me. That's probably the reason they're a little unstable. They've only been laid on top. That's why they're unstable. Well, the boards are fairly thick and sturdy. I can't imagine they'd come loose easily.
Is this...
But if someone wanted to remove a floorboard, they could easily do so, right?
Okay.
Yes, I suppose. It's almost like this room was designed to be a death trap. You okay, Himiko?
Hey!
Himiko, hey! Himiko! Be strong, Himiko!
Wait,
Gunta, if you shake Himiko that much, she's going to break.
But
But she not talking. It's like Himiko not even here.
like I thought.
She must have been really shocked over Tenko. Let's leave her be for now. Oh, okay. Himiko. Yeah, I mean, she just lost Angie, and she lost Himiko, and she lost Tenko. And there is a possibility that she is the killer. I can't remember whose hands were sticky. Anyway. I really wish I could remember that. I really, really do. It's going to be an important part of the trial. I know it. I absolutely know it. I know it's going to be an important part of the trial. Honestly, I'm a little bit tempted to go look it up in my last VOD. See if I can find it. Will I do that? Should I do that? It's killing me. It is literally killing me. No, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. It's fine. It's fine. Let me see here. So, let's go with Gunta. We'll just talk to everybody first. First Angie, then Tenko.
How can this be?
Gunta's so ashamed. Why Gunta no could predict friends? Because you're in a different room. That's probably why.
Leave it to me.
Leave it to me. I will become the guiding light that shines on you all. Yeah, and maybe potentially kills people.
That cannot be.
Why? Why did this?
I knew it.
Yo, I know the murder was pretty shocking.
But of
No,
course.
it's not. Of course. I'm shocked about that as well. But why did the seance fail? Well, okay. First of all, seances aren't real. Second of all, she did die halfway through, you know. So that probably puts a pin in that one, right? We performed all of the steps flawlessly. He seems more concerned by that than the murder. Yeah, I knew he would be. Oh, if we perform the caged child again and summon Tenko's spirit this time.
Stupid.
Cut the crap. Just tell me what happened during the seance. Both you and Shuichi were present, right? Did she get killed during the seance?
I see, yes.
True. It may be best to move past what happened to know why the seance failed.
That's so.
Whatever, just hurry up. At the time, in order to begin the seance, we had Tenko, the spiritual medium, position herself as a turtle within the magic circle. So I want to point something out here real quick, which is she is pointing this way, towards this, like, walkway. That her head is pointing towards the walkway. Just want to point that out real quick. It may be important in a moment, because I did notice something weird. So her head touched the Maka stone. Then Shuichi and Kokichi placed the cage over Tenko. And after that, I placed the white cloth over the cage. And then all four of us placed the wooden statue of the dog god atop the cage. Afterwards, we stood in the four corners of the room. Kokichi and Shuichi blew out the candles.
Yes.
Finally, we all sang the caged child song. The seance should have been complete, but... now that you mention it, I remember hearing a strange sound during the song. Thunk. It is a mystery to me as well. I thought someone may have tripped, perhaps. That was a pretty loud sound for someone tripping. Perhaps Kyo knows something.
What do you mean?
And then what happened?
Yes.
We called out to her, but no reply came. I had Shuichi and Kokichi relight the candles. And then we removed all the items from within the magic circle in the opposite order. First, all four of us removed the dog god statue. Then I took off the white cloth, and then... Himiko ran over to the cage, and the moment she lifted it... Oh, okay. I guess I was wrong. I'll show you what I thought had happened, but I was actually wrong. Okay. Then it sounds like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance.
No.
But would it not be difficult in such darkness? Besides, she was in the cage, yes? Then when was she killed?
Well, that's...
Yes, that is a problem.
I see, yes.
Oh wow, it really was just Kibo, wasn't it? He was the only one who could have seen. He was the only one who could have seen her in order to cut her in the back of the neck. There is another problem.
How?
And that is, Why ever did the seance fail? I simply cannot figure it out.
Perhaps.
Maybe someone moved from their corner. Did someone else sneak in here?
What's the point?
Obviously, since this seance was clearly a sham. Maki never was one to pull her punches. It had to have been Kibo. Because he was the only one who could have seen her in that complete darkness. The white cloth, how thick is it? It's the white sheet we used for the seance. This was placed on top of the cage. Kyo was the one who removed it. Wait. Wait, what? The hatch is over here. Hatch is over here. It wasn't even... Somebody didn't even go up into the cage. They were literally outside it and like poked through. How? So question number one is, does Kibo's light, like, is there a personal version of that light where only he can see, but nobody else can? In which case he's option number one. But also, oh, he was also in the room. He was also in the seance room, so he knew where the circle was drawn. That's a very good point, actually. Even if you knew where the seance was being held, and everybody did, everybody knew it was in the middle room, but even then, the only people who could have done this are the people who A, knew how it worked, that she was going to be in a cage in the center of the circle, but B, knew where the circle was. The circle didn't necessarily need to be there. It could have been in any of the corners or whatever. It could have been pushed up against a wall. So the only people who could have done it are the people who saw the room. And of the people who saw the room... Okay, so there's two options, really. The first is Kibo, because the light. He is the light of the world. The second is Himiko, because it was Himiko, wasn't it? Sorry, I just had a brainwave. I think it was Himiko who said that her hands were sticky. And remember earlier when I said it may have been Maki because Kaito said, "Are you sweaty?" It was actually Himiko, because it was actually Tenko who said, "Are your hands just sweaty?" That's what it was. That's what it was. It was actually Himiko whose hands were sweaty. And I was about to say, in this one, there's only two options. The first option is Kibo, because he knew where the circle was and he was outside the room. The other option is so much easier, which is Himiko, because Kyo himself mentioned that she was standing beside holes in the floor. So if maybe she would have been able to just jump down one of the holes, keep singing while she moved over there, and then pop out, kill, and then pop back in and just keep singing. She would have only had a moment before She would have only had a moment before the sound of the singing was masking her footsteps. Her footsteps, the sound of the sword being used, the sound of the wooden slab being moved. That's probably why she didn't move the slab back. Oh, also, is Tenko actually on the wooden thing? Wait, because the floorboard, it goes this way. Is Tenko actually sitting on it? In which case, that's a very small gap. And only a very small human would have been able to do it. It was totally Himiko, wasn't it? It was totally Himiko. Wow. It was absolutely Himiko who said that her hands were sticky. 100%. I remember now. Holy shit. Okay. Okay.
Is this...
Yeah, so the thing that I actually wanted to ask, is the cloth thick? I don't actually care anymore. It does not bother me. Because they didn't come from under the cage. This cloth is pretty thick. It's similar to a window curtain, but it's completely opaque. And on the back, look, there's a blood stain on it, right around the middle of the sheet. But no hole in the fabric, which means Tenko wasn't stabbed through this cloth.
Okay.
She was stabbed while underneath the cloth. Well, somebody could have just lifted up the cloth. That's fine. White sheet has been added. Okay. Yeah, so... Oh, did they change... Is the pathway on the left here? Oh, I thought that the pathway was aiming towards the door. It's actually on the left over here. Okay. Okay, so that's the other thing that I was thinking about earlier. The stone was over here and she... But, okay, it's because of my perspective. Okay. Huh. Alright. Alright, moving on. Hey, Samugi, you have nothing to say. Nobody does, probably, but... I said things that made Tenko look suspicious, and now this? I'm sorry, Tenko.
Stop it.
Cry later.
What?
Huh?
Because...
Crying won't bring Tenko back, and if we don't investigate thoroughly, we'll die too.
Okay.
I need to find out the truth and pin down the culprit for Tenko and all of us.
I guess...
You're right. Tenko would want us to figure it out so she'd have no regrets. That would be the best way to apologize. Alright, may as well look at the dog statue while we're here. Oh yeah, I forgot about that weird writing. I did notice it before. Oh, it's actually katakana. Is it? Or is it kanji? Yeah, I don't really recognize them. I kind of recognize the third and the fourth. I think it's kanji. I don't think it's katakana. That would explain why I recognize it, but I can't really read it. I can kind of read katakana, not too well. I did try and memorize them at one point, and I was actually pretty okay with memorizing them. But it's been a couple of years since then, so a lot of it has been forgotten. But I think I would absolutely point out and say that is absolutely katakana, and even give you a and maybe even say what exactly it is. But yeah, so that's kanji, huh? Oh, I think it's kanji. There is the other one, hiragana. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure about the difference between katakana and hiragana. In fact, to be perfectly honest, I'm not entirely certain which is the one I learned. I learned the most basic alphabet. I don't know if it's... I don't know if I don't know which is which. Do I have a mouse? Blood. That is blood. But there's no hole in the sheet. Blood, but no. How? How? That's not possible. This does have all the hallmarks of a magic trick, though, by the way. Both of them do. The locked room mystery and stabbing someone, stabbing through a sheet, and yet having the sheet be perfectly undamaged. Both very much magic tricks. It's the wooden dog statue used in the seance. I believe it's called the Dog God. During the seance, this wooden statue was on top of the cage. It took 4 of us to remove it. This wooden statue is pretty heavy.
If I remember correctly...
Kyo said it was about 175 pounds. That's about the weight of 2 girls.
What?
What do you know about girls? Have you even touched a woman beside your mother? What?
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. Anyway.
Is this...
Jeez, don't need to be that like don't need to be that brutal. If this heavy thing was on top of the cage, then Tenko wouldn't have been able to get out easily.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right about that. That didn't sound like you were kidding earlier. Dog statue. Okay. Let's get that blood, huh? Oh, hole in the corner, you say? Hold on. There's a small opening in the corner of the room. It doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still.
Is this...
A hole. Looks like there's space under here, too. Oh, hold on. I can see something below. It looks like something dropped down here. What? Something dropped down there?
Got a minute?
After we check everywhere else, why don't we go under the floor and see for ourselves?
Okay.
Right, let's do it. Okay. Cool. I guess that's part of the body area. So let's go over to Kokichi.
Oh,
Man, what a lame function. You should have made him like a transformer or something. Wow. Nothing to add, huh? Wait, your face has changed. Why is your face change? Oh, no, never mind. That's weird. Alright, Mew. This infestation is over and shut, and it's all thanks to me for giving Kibo his new function. Now then, Kung Fu's killer is obviously one of you stupid assholes who signed up to do this bullshit seance in the first place.
No.
No, not necessarily.
Huh?
Huh? Seriously? This seance was clearly set up to lure her in and kill her. I don't think so. Why not? Friendly refute.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, no. No, friendly refute. No, that's wrong. No, I think the reason for this is actually a bit weird, which is simply they were worried about what Angie would say if it worked. I think that's the reason for the second killing. So it has to be somebody who believes in this, who believes in the seance and magic and all that stuff. Like, for example, a little explosion lolly who will not hear anything against her magic. It absolutely is her, isn't it? Holy shit. Okay, anyway, moving on. Lure in and kill her. Oh shit, I clicked off by accident. How could someone who wasn't in the room kill her?
Could it be...
So you believe that Tenko was killed during the seance?
Fucking moron!
There's no other possibility, shit for brains. God, you don't even know that? I mean, to be fair, that is very much a shit for brains moment. Like, you were talking to her moments before the seance, and moments after the seance, she was dead. So yeah, she was killed during the seance. Unless she was like a reanimated corpse. In which case, why is everybody so shocked that a seance might work? Come on, man. It is true that Tenko was alive before the seance began. This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Tenko answered Kyo, so at that point she was most certainly alive. But when the candles were relit, she had already been killed. That means she was killed in the dark, I'm positive. What time exactly was Tenko killed? After the candles were blown out? That may be an important point in this case. Well, there was the sound, which honestly I would say is probably a decent place to start. Let's go with the circle first before we go to the body. It's the magic circle Kyo drew on the floor. Well, at least it was.
Oh dear.
It's been completely stomped over. I suppose it was unavoidable.
Well,
Was this drawn with salt?
Yes.
Whenever I perform a seance, I always use salt.
what?
Are you feeling alright? You sound ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. I have performed many successful seances. Why, I've even had spirits enter my book.
Right already.
Shut up. I don't want to hear about your stupid delusions. Maki really doesn't beat around the bush. It's kind of refreshing, actually.
But
In any case, with all these footprints, I can't make out the original circle.
So what?
We'll find out in Kyo's lab. It should be written in the Cage Dog Village document.
Hey,
Isn't that right, Kyo? You doing okay, buddy? He seems depressed. I suppose that makes sense. Just that it didn't work. Oh, poor you. Actually, no. Honestly, of the two things, I'm more sad that the seance didn't work than I am about her death. So, yeah, rock on, dude. I'm with you, buddy. Okay, let's go for the body. And specifically, that blood stain. This is the cage used in the seance.
is this?
It looks to be around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. It's a pretty large iron cage.
okay.
Big enough for a person to fit inside. Honestly, it looks pretty small. From, like, just them holding it like that. But, I don't know. What do I know? During the seance, Kokichi and I covered Tenko with the cage. We were supposed to remove it as well. But it was Himiko who rushed in and removed the cage first.
Hey,
Himiko removed the cage first. Does that have any special significance? Besides her rushing to the help of her friend. Does it have... Oh, it does... Okay, hang on. It does have one slight bit of significance. Which is, that cage is heavy. Heavy enough that those two were struggling with it. So, for the explosion lolly to topple over the cage, does say that she is stronger than she appears. That's an important thing to note. She is stronger than she appears. Oh, also one other thing. Hang on a sec. So, Himiko ran to the cage and then threw it off her. This, however, is pointing at the hole. So was that not the corner that Himiko was in? Was she in this corner or this corner? And then run to the cage, throw it off that way. Run to the cage, throw it off that way. But the hole's over there, isn't it? Yes, it absolutely is. In fact, it's like this. It's along this skirting board. Huh. Well, that throws a little bit of a wrench in the plan, but I don't know. We'll see. Hey, look at this.
is this?
A blood stain on the bottom of the cage. Probably Tenko's blood, yeah?
That's true.
Yes, I imagine so. This spatter must have been made when she was killed,
What do you mean?
which means Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage.
Okay.
I think you're right. Tenko went under the cage before the seance. Oh, that's... Yeah, that is another thing. Okay, so So she was actually like on the board, more or less. Like yeah, she was literally kneeling on the board. So whoever pushed it up would have to have quite a bit of strength. They would have to be quite strong, but they would have to be quite small in order to fit through that gap. Which means, remember when I said the iron cage, she moved it? She threw it by herself? She's small enough for the gap. Whether or not I was right about the angle that she came in at, Kyo said that she was right beside a hole in the floor. He said it. This was Himiko. The whole thing is Himiko, isn't it? Well, this might have been Himiko, and then the other one may have been Maki. But what was my reasoning for Maki in Angie's case? My reasoning was literally that Tenko came to her and asked her to deal with Angie, which she may have considered done when the three of us went there and tried to talk her out of it. She may have considered that request like done until the next morning. So that, and no deal was struck or anything. Was there anything else that pointed? Oh, there was that one moment when Maki was like, when Shuichi was like, no, I have no idea what that means. And Maki just looked at him like, are you serious? Really? You haven't figured that out? I haven't forgotten that. That is a bit of a problem. But it could easily be like, really? We're not getting anywhere kind of thing as well. So yeah, I don't know. It's between those two. Man, hang on a second. I'm just realizing something as well. So the population of women in this game, if it's one of those two, has been whittled down to 3. And the population of men is 6. Well, if it's not a guy killer, then I think we can be pretty certain about some guy-on-guy action in the next chapter. So that's going to be fun. Unless somebody gets brought back to life. If there's so few girls, then maybe Kaede will be brought back to life. Well, is that still going to happen? I don't actually know. Or I suppose they could say, well, Angie was the leader of a cult. You know, maybe her cult members will want her back, or they'll be like, hey, Tenko didn't deserve to die. She basically just died because she was the one who did the thing, who did the seance. I'm also remembering something else as well, something very small, which is that Himiko was actually the one who volunteered to do the seance first. She volunteered to do the seance, and then Tenko was like, no, I'll do it. Which actually, if Himiko is innocent, then that's probably one of the reasons why she is so out of it right now. It's because she's realizing, oh shit, I should have been under there. But if here's another way to think of it though. If she was in fact the killer of Angie, and I'm right that the reason Tenko died, and I'm 99% sure I'm right about that. The reason Tenko died is because the killer didn't want Tenko to actually go through with the seance. They didn't want. Did what I just said make sense? Maybe, I think so. They wanted to stop the seance, so they killed Tenko. They were afraid that Angie's spirit would give the game away and point fingers. So if that's the case, and if Himiko is the one who killed Angie, then her volunteering, well, if she did volunteer, then she could just quietly sabotage it. You know, she would stop being in the turtle position, or she would literally just pick up a floorboard, hide underneath, and then just pop up after the thing is complete. And it's like, nothing happened. That could have been the plan. That could have been the immediate plan. That could have been the immediate plan. And then Tenko offering, demanding to be the medium made her have to kill her in order to stop the thing. In order to stop the seance. Maybe. As for the guys, it's not going to be Gunta because, well, the seance bit, it couldn't have been him in the seance bit. They'd have heard him clumping around probably. I suppose it technically could have been Kokichi. But there is the sticky hands. I cannot forget the sticky hands. No, my eggs are all on Himiko. Damn it, Explosion Lolly. Why'd you have to do this? Why'd you have to do this, man? Alright. When the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead.
Then...
If she was stabbed right when the cage was lifted, that would explain this blood stain, right? Huh? Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but the exact moment the cage was lifted? That is a possibility. Really? No. No, I saw blood on the ground before the cage was lifted. Maybe that's just an art mess up, but no. And besides, even before the cage was lifted, when it was just the cloth, Kyo saw the body, I believe. I was like, what? I think. I don't really remember, but hey. There's a rock next to Tenko's body. This must be... Please rest your forehead upon this stone marker I've placed here. It's just a stone. It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work? Certainly. It is merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon. Like this? Tenko had her forehead on this rock hunched over. She had to make herself small to fit inside the cage. Marker stone. Okay. Alright, crooked floorboard. Ah, this floorboard is loose. And it's the one right under Tenko.
Why?
Why is this floorboard loose?
If I remember correctly,
It wasn't like this before. It must have come loose during the seance.
Why?
Why would it come loose during the seance?
But
A floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily. Then someone must have loosened it on purpose. Yep. That's how they got to her. Alright. Tenko's body. Tenko's dead body. She took her last breath, crouched over like this. According to the Monokuma file, her only injury is the stab wound to her neck. This wound was fatal. This must have caused instant death. I didn't hear a scream during the seance. Oh, wait. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Would Tenko really keep her mouth shut despite the pain?
No.
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
Huh?
What do you mean?
What's the point?
You are concerned about that, right?
Okay.
With a wound this deep, the victim is too shocked to do anything except die. You're speaking from experience?
That's obvious.
Of course. Quick deaths are my specialty. Well then, that makes sense.
By the way,
The real question is, what was she killed with? I don't see a murder weapon around. You're right, I don't see an obvious murder weapon. That could be a clue. Tenko's last moments.
Hey,
Maki, we finished investigating up here. Perhaps we should check under the floor.
by the way,
It seems pretty dark down there. What should we use for light?
that's true.
Let's bring a candle. With Kibo's light from up here, that should be fine.
okay.
Excuse me. Then I'll go get a candle. Remove that floorboard so we can go down.
Okay.
Okay, got it. I pulled off some of the floorboards near the hole and took the candle from Maki. Then we carefully made our way through the hole and under the floor. This is a lot more spacious than I thought. You can move pretty easily on all fours.
Okay.
Let's look around for clues.
Well,
It'd look pretty stupid if we found no clues after crawling around in this dusty place.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Dried blood. Blood stain. Cut crosspiece. Wow. Wait, how premeditated was this? Oh shit, hello. A sickle. Really? Where the hell did they find a sickle? From like, Kyo's lab? Alright, let's start with what we're looking at right now. Blood dripping from the gaps in the floorboards. Fresh blood. This is definitely Tenko's. Wait, if it's a sickle... If it's a sickle, then... Maybe they wouldn't have even needed to... Maybe they wouldn't have even needed to get up out of the hole. But then how is there blood on the cage? Wait, what did that say? Fresh blood. This is definitely Tenko's. Dried blood. There's a blood stain on the ground underneath the loose floorboard. But that's pretty far from where Tenko's blood is dripping down. It's under the same floorboard, just at different ends. Why is there blood here?
hey,
Hey, the back of this floorboard has blood on it too.
Ah,
You're right. There's a little bit of blood on the underside of this board.
what do you mean?
Did Tenko's blood spatter here when she got killed?
that's true.
I wonder. I can't really be sure yet.
Okay.
But these bloodstains here are completely dry. There must be some reason these particular stains are dry. Okay, so how about this for an idea? For why there's dry blood here. It's because somebody was wandering around and they stepped on this, not realizing that there was no crosspiece here, and they fell and the board cut them. And then that's how the killer realized that there was this whole area below here, when their foot went straight through the floor. Maybe. Ah, look! Part of the crosspiece that supports the floorboard is cut off.
That's true.
It's near the loose floorboard, and the portion missing is about the same width too. And from what I can see of it,
That's true.
it wasn't broken off naturally, This was cut by someone. There should be saws in the warehouse, so they could have used that. The question is why? Another cross piece is supporting the floorboard, so it might not fall if this portion is missing.
Then...
So what purpose did this serve? The floorboard underneath Tenko's body is is loose, and the cross piece supporting it has been cut. If the culprit did all this, then why? Huh. Okay, so I also want to point something else out here, which is that Himiko is the one who got the stone from the courtyard. That's what she said. Hang on. Can I... marker stone. The stone that was by Tenko's body. During the seance, Tenko had been crouched over in the iron cage with her forehead on this stone. It doesn't actually say that Himiko is the one that got it, but she definitely is. That's 100%. So, if that's the case, then she would have had time to... Well, she would have been out in the courtyard near the... Where did they say? The greenhouse or something? Where? Saws in the warehouse. Right. Yeah, well, the warehouse is on ground level. So... If she went out to the courtyard, then she could have gone to the warehouse as well. Grabbed the stone, grabbed the saw. She sees where Kyo is riding out the circle. She figures out where to saw it off, so she can move the floorboard. The same can be said for Kibo, though, but... I'm really sussing Himiko. Also, there's this. Some of the wood has corroded and is broken off, so you can see into the next room.
Hey.
This is the wall of the empty room, right? Looks like there's wood along the wall. This part is rotted away. It looks like natural rot. This hole wasn't made intentionally. But I can't get into the next room through here.
That's true.
If I remember correctly, the room next door is also empty, right? Then the culprit could have gone from room to room by moving under here instead of using the hallway.
No.
True, but it would have been difficult moving around under the floor. We did alright because we had a light. Without that, it'd be pitch black. That might make it impossible to move around in there.
No.
In there. Then they could have used the light, like we're doing right now.
Well,
True. They used the light to move around under the floor. Is that possible? Well, then you're talking about Kibo. There's evidence going one way, but there's evidence going other ways too. There's a sickle here, and there's blood all over it.
Okay.
The blood of this sickle is fresh. This is it. This is the murder weapon.
Is this...
This came from my research lab. Oh, really?
huh?
It did?
Well...
A sickle can be used to assassinate a target. It can be thrown without losing any lethality, and you can hide it under your clothes too.
Well,
If she was attacked with this, she wouldn't stand a chance. The blade is about 6 inches.
That's right.
And since Tenko was in the cage, she wouldn't have been able to defend herself.
but
But even if this is our murder weapon, how did the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? The blade could fit through the gaps in the cage, but could it reach her neck?
That's true.
The cage is 3 feet high. If you were to stab it with a 6-inch blade, well, it would depend on Tenko's posture, but I don't think it's possible. Then her posture is the question.
Hey.
Hey, if the weapon is down here, the culprit must have thrown it away, right?
that's true.
Perhaps after killing Tenko, the culprit threw the sickle under the floor in the dark. Or they could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of those is possible. Yeah, sickle under the floor. I think we finished investigating here. There is one other thing that I want to mention, which is the sickle is over here in this corner. On the completely opposite corner is the hole leading to another room. So if they did all their work here, dropped down, then just threw it? Was that the thud we heard? Maybe, but the thud we heard sounded more like wood breaking rather than something being thrown. Rather than a heavy implement being thrown. I don't know.
Is that all right?
There's a lot of stuff going on here. Maki, you want to head back up? Glad you asked. I was starting to get fed up with all this dust. After Maki and I crawled out from under the floor, we put the floorboards back and returned to our investigation. So the way I see it right now is that there's two possibilities for both of the murders. In this room, it's either Himiko or Kibo. In the other room, it's either Himiko or Maki. Could it have been Kibo in the other room? Himiko is the one who was complaining about sticky fingers. I'm pretty sure. I don't know for certain though. I'm pretty sure it was her. So I guess it kind of has to be Himiko, but I don't know. Do you think maybe the entire student council was just planning on killing Angie the entire time? They just joined the cult just so they could all kill her, and now Himiko, somebody kills her. Himiko is the one who uses the sword on the statue, and then Kibo is the one who does this. It's just the student council all all defending each other. I don't know.
By the way,
We've only been investigating this room. You sure that's wise?
Huh?
What do you mean?
because
If Angie and Tanko have different killers, then the blackened we need to vote for is
You're right.
the culprit for the first murder. The culprit who killed Angie. That's what Monokuma said.
then
So instead of investigating Tanko's death, shouldn't we be investigating Angie's?
Okay,
Yes, of course.
but
But this is bigger than the killing game. For the sake of the two who died, I need to reveal the truth of both their deaths. Well, I understand why you feel that way. But if you plan on investigating the other crime scene again, we should probably hurry. Yeah. Interesting. This is definitely an interesting case. When I came to the hallway, a scene more surprising than I could ever imagine unfolded. Has somebody been brought back from the dead?
It's a lie!
I'm gonna kill this little shit. I am absolutely going to murder this little shit. My heart skipped several beats there. Like, what the hell is going on? Has somebody finally snapped into just picking off everybody one by one? Christ, child. Maki, can you teach this kid a lesson? He doesn't have to keep all of his fingers, don't worry about it. Did I surprise you? Were you gonna scream and cry in terror?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Oh?
Oh, sorry. I'm just a little lightheaded from the blood loss. Yeah, this is real blood.
Why?
Okay, so what are you doing? I got curious about something, so I decided to search the empty room next door. Then suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard.
Huh?
You stepped through the floorboard?
That's so mean.
Jeez, that got me good. Because of this, I tripped and fell pretty hard.
Got a minute?
If you're going to lose consciousness, do it after you tell us everything. Oh, sorry, my bad. I guess there was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard, so I kinda stepped through. What bad luck. The crosspiece was gone. Does that mean...
Huh?
Confidence! Dreams! That's what the Killing Game is all about! Killing Game fans! Hold your head high and watch with your own 2 eyes! Baseball, soccer, mobile games! They're all nothing compared to the Killing Game! The Killing Game just can't be beat! Behold, students! The entrance to the trial grounds!
I guess time's up. Oh man, it's because of you guys I didn't have enough time to check something.
Huh?
What were you trying to check? The last room? The third one?
See?
I wanted to re-research the seance again, so I brought this document with me. But unfortunately, I couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. Hill perfectly reenacted the seance as what was written in the document. He drew his magic circle the same exact way as in this picture. Not only that, he used the same exact tools, too. Nothing suspicious about this whole thing. Well, I wanted to check the finer details, but I'll tell you about it later. At the class trial. So, see you there. See, Kokichi left. The blood loss clearly affecting his footing a bit. Okay. Let's go to.
That's true.
Yeah, okay. Is Maki nervous? I see, so even she gets nervous sometimes.
Do you want to die?
What are you staring at? Do you want to die? Please tell me I can go into these rooms. Damn it. Damn it. So, that means that whoever did the second killing didn't know which room it was going to be in. Or... well... or it was already pre-done in all of the rooms. I'm a bit lost. I am just a wee bit lost. Just a wee bit. Just a wee bit there. But then, if it was Himiko, she would have known which room was holding the seance. She would have known. So she wouldn't have needed to have cut both rooms. The crosspiece on both rooms. But everybody knew which one it was. So the only... in fact, it was Himiko who said to do it in the middle room. It was Himiko who said to do it in the middle room. So, the person who cut those floorboards... the only person who could have done it is someone who knew that a seance was going to be done in one of those 3 rooms. They just didn't know which one. Which means Kyo. Okay. So just to reiterate then, we now have 3 potentials for the second killing. Either Kyo. Oh hey, the bug stopped. Oh could you not see that yesterday? Oh, damn it. I just now realized my fat head is in the way. Yesterday, at the last stream, there was a big-ass building here that wasn't supposed to be there. I'm blocking it again. A big-ass building here on the minimap that wasn't supposed to be there, and I literally went into the map and checked, and it's like, no, there should be something here, but there isn't. It's part of the last stream, but that's what I was talking about. There's a building there. It's gone now. So there goes the spoiler. So for the first killing, we have 2 suspects. We have 2 major suspects. There's a lot of potential suspects for the first killing. I suspect the way that this is going to work is that we're going to have to solve the second killing first and then move on to the first killing. That's probably how it's going to work. And solving the second will give us enough information to solve the first. But yeah.
Dear.
It would appear we all have gathered, but it seems there are less and less of us.
Oh.
Less friends mean it that much harder to solve mystery.
Don't worry.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure you've gotten a little smarter by now, Gunta. Yeah. Gunta do his best to help. I'd want you to graduate from super idiot level to at least Kaito idiot level.
What?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Are you okay?
More importantly, are you okay, Kaito?
Ah.
Yeah, I'm feeling better now. But wow, Mackerel sure does pack a punch.
I don't know.
It's your fault. You don't need to worry about our dwindling numbers. Only dipshits have died so far.
That being said,
I know it's a tall order, but try to use your brains this time so I don't have to use mine.
booyah!
These golden brain cells of mine are a gift to the entire world.
Unacceptable.
It's as though every time you open your mouth, you become less likable.
Rest in peace.
No, honestly, no, that's basically power for her course. Atua, please lend us your power.
But
It may be difficult for us to rely on Atua, considering what happened to Angie, whom Atua loved most of all.
Well, you know.
She shouldn't have relied on Atua in the first place. But seriously, it's kind of funny seeing a robot believe in God, especially Atua.
I also...
So what? Robots can believe in God?
Indeed.
Actually, before I even met Angie, I had a similar experience. Hearing voices, I mean. You might call it an inner voice. It tells me what to do whenever I'm in trouble.
Got a minute?
How long are you going to say that for? How long are you going to say that for? Atua and ghosts don't matter right now.
Jeez.
Yeah, the trial this time is going to be rough. We got caught in Monokuma's trap.
Huh?
His trap?
That's right.
He probably made the 4th floor so scary on purpose to prevent me from
Oh,
investigating.
right already.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way.
Hey, so
Shuichi, say something.
Huh?
What should I say? What can you say? What can you say to the truth? Hey, you doing okay, Kokichi? Okay. I respected Angie and Tenka so much. Since the moment we met...
shut up.
Shut up. Nothing's gonna be solved by crying about it.
Right already.
Besides, that was a lie, wasn't it?
It's a lie.
Yep, you guys have me figured out already, so there's no point in keeping up the act. Kokichi never changes, no matter what situation he's in. Yeah, pretty much. And here we go. Nope. Still not here. Maki, any final words?
Okay.
Atua and ghosts don't matter right now. The culprit is among us. I kind of wish I had a sound effect that was the Among Us. Ding! Just for when people say Among Us in this game. Hey Mew.
Listen up!
Try using your brain so I don't have to use mine. My golden brain cells are a gift to the entire world. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I guess we're pretty much done here then. Rumble, rumble, grumble. How many times is he gonna break that thing? I feel like it's a bit of a waste, really. Do they just have stockpiles of vases for that statue to break? As usual, we walk toward the elevator in silence. As soon as we remaining survivors stepped aboard, ka-chunk. Dun, 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 dun. This is a complicated one. We descended. Perhaps because there were fewer of us, the elevator seemed to move faster. And so we fell, faster and faster, downward into the black. The elevator stopped, and just like always, the doors parted slowly. The light that shines on us from the other side, the bright light of our future. Or is it?
Uh-oh.
Boy, they look really depressed. Must be because there's even less participants now. Don't say they look depressed. You'll make Monodam sad. As much as I'd love to keep hearing this adorable back and forth, let's hurry up and get this started. At last, the class trial will begin. I hope you enjoy it to your heart's content. The third class trial was about to begin. Angie Onaga, the ultimate artist. She created the Ultimate Academy Student Council to try to prevent the killing game. Then Tenko Chabashira, the ultimate Aikido master. She hated men, but I knew that she hated this terrible killing game even more. Honestly, I think she hated men more. The two who were killed were both trying to stop the killing. And who was the one who killed them? Was it one person? Two different people? We need to pin that down in this class trial. In order to live, we have to find the truth. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial. Oh, please don't fight with lies. I hate it when you do that. You want to save? Yes, I suppose I shall. Boop, and boop. Okay. Well, that is... How many... Do I have any skills? 2. I think I could get something else, couldn't I? I think there's really cheap ones for 2. Yeah. Oh, yeah, these. They're more like toggles. Increases the speed of the reticle, slows the speed of the reticle. Yeah, I don't think it really matters. Anyway, yes, that is going to be, obviously, the end of today's stream. This is a really, really complicated one. I mean, the upside is that we know a lot about how they both work. Like, mechanically, how they both work. We know how the doors were locked on the way out in the first one. We know how she... Yeah, there's... The problem with the first one is that there really isn't that much detail. So... Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out. Oh! Oh! That's how Angie hit her forehead. The blood on... Wait, I'm having a... Wait, where is it? I'm having a moment. I'm having a senior moment. Where is it? The dried blood. That's how, and this. That's how, Angie... That's how Angie, hurt her forehead. In the exact same way that Kokichi hurt his forehead. He stepped through on the floorboards. That room also had a part of a crosspiece cut off. Oh. So how does that work then? But how does that work? Let's explore that a little bit. So Angie... Maybe she goes looking for... So somebody cuts the cross pieces. Or they were already cut before we got here. I guess somebody must have cut them. I guess somebody must have cut them for the killing. So Angie goes looking for a place to do the ritual to bring everybody back to life. She goes into the middle room and hits her head on the foot. She hits her head when her foot sinks through the floorboard. Then she realizes, oh, hey, somebody's done this. She then tells somebody that that's what happened. How does... She then tells somebody that that's what happened, but that person then kills her. Then the original plan goes through? I don't know. Or maybe that person uses what she found with the cross pieces in order to set up a completely different murder that wasn't actually premeditated until that point. There was no blood. There was no blood on... There was no blood from her forehead because that's where the blood happened. That's where the blood fell. It fell in the other room. Then... Okay, so we figured out that mystery. We figured out that mystery of how those two kind of connect. Angie hit her head on that floorboard. Cool, great. Let me see here. What about the duct tape? Bloody duct tape. Maybe I should just use that instead. Bloody piece of duct tape stuck to her hair. The blood on it had already dried. The blood that was flowing from the back of Angie's neck created a pool. Okay, so where did the duct tape come from? Wait. that might make sense. That might make some sense. Somebody cuts the... somebody does the boards. What if the person who did the boards put duct tape on them to give them... to... the person who cut the crosspiece put some duct tape on there, on the floorboards, in order to put some duct tape on the floorboards in order to keep them from moving around. Because after the crosspiece was cut, there was nothing keeping the floorboards in place. So what if somebody did that? What if somebody put duct tape there in order to stop the floorboard, in order to make it less likely that the floorboards would move? I mean, it's not a 100% guaranteed plan or whatever. Actually, did we ever get... we didn't actually get the ritual book as a truth bullet. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Well, anyway, all of this to say that... okay, so for the second killing, the seance killing, there's a couple of people that it could have been. The first is Kibo, because he had the ability to see in the dark underneath the floorboards. Very important, apparently. What if the duct tape was helping with that? I don't know. Option number 2 is Himiko, because Himiko was standing right beside a hole in the floorboards before the lights went out. So she would have had the opportunity to just step to the side, and she would have been down below. Down under the floorboards where it all was happening. Option number 3 is Kyo. His name is Kyo, isn't it? I think I've called him Kyo before, but... yeah, Kyo. Correct, Kyo. Option number 3 is Kyo. And the reason for that is because the crosspiece being sawed, that kind of indicates that somebody was planning to kill somebody in one of those 3 rooms. Since 2 of the rooms were missing some of their crosspiece, that means that the person who did that had no idea which room it was going to be, only that it was going to happen in a room. And who was the one who very, very heavily suggested performing a seance? Kyo. So, that's the 3 main culprits there. Oh, and also all 3 of them... well, okay, so I made a point earlier that in order for the murder to work, the killer would have to know exactly where in the room the circle was and exactly how the ritual worked, which Himiko, Kibo, and Kyo all fit. However, that kind of goes out the window in a way, because if all 3 of the rooms were cut in the exact same way, if all 3 of the rooms were cut in the exact same way, then knowledge of the ritual itself, they would have had to pre-know that the ritual was going to take place. But then, I don't know. Okay, so that's the second one. With those three main culprits. The first one has a lot more possible culprits. Like, I think the second one, there aren't that many people that it could have been. But for the first one, it could have been almost anybody, with some small exceptions, which is, one is Himiko, again, because she had sticky fingers. The other is Maki, because Tenko asked Maki to kill Angie, and so Tenko asked Maki to kill Angie, so she may have gone through with it. Honestly, I don't think so. I think that that's a bit of a stretch, but I think it is a possibility, I suppose. And the third one... Is there a third one? Not really. Not really. I suppose potentially Kibo? But no. No, it's really those two are the main suspects in the first one. And those three are the main suspects in the second one. Yeah, that's really it. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there for today then. Thank you very much for coming along, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had as much fun as I had. Everybody who just popped in, popped out, thank you very much for being here, no matter how long you stayed. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope to see you again very, very soon. So, I'm on YouTube and I'm on Twitch, so feel free to leave a like, leave a subscribe, hit the bell, and remember to follow me on Twitch. Yeah. Have a good one, everybody. Bye!